I know we take the.
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Uh,
All right, Jaden. Sure, man. Whatever, I can't wait to hear your intro and stuff. Don't forget to tell them what the show's geared towards and what we doing today and all of that. You got it.
Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Hot Seat Podcast. I'm your new host, Thundertrix. Unfortunately, Tree had to go, but today we bring in this new platform here because now we're gonna run things a little differently now. Okay, out here we're gonna be supporting small business owners, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians, anybody doing anything positive in our community. Hell, we even have people who wrote books on here. I don't even know why you niggas aren't like saying, "Hey, put me on the podcast." Come on, man. Let's support each other. Let's support our shit. Also, as the girls be saying, talk your shit. A lot of y'all niggas ain't reaching out. I don't even know why. It bring a tear to my eye. No, I'm just kidding. Today, I'm bringing in our newest guest. This man right here, he's a master barber, entrepreneur. This dude has his own clothing line. Welcome in the building, our new guest right here, Therese Trim. Nice to have you on my show today, brother.
Yo, man, that was an amazing intro you just gave there, brother. I greatly appreciate it, man. Big shout out to Thundertrix. He took over the show and he's still using the same concept, though.
Yes,
We're doing things totally different than you named everything that I say that we do. But it's okay. I like it. I like it.
Well, it's different because I'm saying it. So like,
Okay,
it's totally
I got
different
you.
now.
I got you.
Today, we got you here to do just a few questions before we send you off.
Okay.
We'll play a little game of 21 questions.
21 questions.
And
Okay.
unfortunately, after that, sorry, but you out of here.
I gotta go.
Yeah, my shop now.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get going. Let's get going, man.
All right. So you know what it is, man. We do 21 questions. The first question is, who are you? We ask this to every guest, but I haven't heard you answer this not once.
Yeah, you got a good point. My name is Melvin Roundtree Jr.
Government.
People. Yeah. Son to Melvin and Deborah Roundtree, brother to Jennifer Roundtree, and a father to two amazing, beautiful daughters, Mia Monet and Justice Rosie Royalty Roundtree. I love good food, I love fashion, and I love having a good time. I feel like I'm a kind person, loving, come from a nurturing and loving family. And yeah, that's me.
Just all around human.
Human.
All right, next question. So how was it growing up as a military kid? You see, me myself, I grew up as a military kid, but I spent like 8 years in different states, so I wasn't moving around every year, every few months. So what was it like for you?
Being a military kid was different. Obviously, because people looked at us a certain way, as far as like military brat kind of and all that stuff. But I don't know. My dad, my mom and dad was raised, with a big family and a go get it mentality. So it wasn't a bunch of handouts. Like, we had probably a little bit better than some people, I guess. But at the same time, we still was brought up with that work ethic and that, ain't nothing free type thing going on.
Yeah.
The discipline and all that stuff it was stern. It was stern being a military kid. But I'm grateful for it now.
Okay, word. Okay. Now you're getting kind of up there, a little more wise. And, so a lot of times past,
Wait, what you mean I'm getting up there though? You mean like,
damn.
so I'm getting old is what you saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're older than me.
Okay. So but you just came out and said I'm getting up there. That's
hey man.
okay. I was just want to clear it up. Go ahead, keep
So, what dreams were realized, what dreams died? What did you want to be when you were a kid?
Oh, when I was a kid, man, I wanted to be a lawyer real bad. I don't know why either. Like, I wanted to be a lawyer, man. Because I was raised in the church, right? So I used to always, like, wear suits. I used to wear suits. Like, I love wearing suits, like looking fly, whatever that was about that. And then a lawyer wears a suit all the time. So I kind of just want to wear the suit, and kind of like go in there and present something and be prepared and help people out, get people out of situations. I don't know why I want to do that, but when I realized how much reading it took, and I mean, I know this sounds bad, but they like to say we don't read, but I don't want to read that much. So, another thing I did want to be though, as a kid though, is a barber. Like I always looked up to barbers too. So I think that was more realistic for me, even though it took me a long time to really go for that thing. So, but I want to be a lawyer, man. I wish I could go back and add, the suits, man. It was the suits.
I mean, you could just take a page out of Trevor's book, just start buying the suits, taking those shirt stains.
Shout out to Trevor. Yo, man, he even had the joints that connect from like your pants to your.
No, it's the sock. It's from the sock all the way to the edge of the blouse. So it pulls them down.
That's wild.
But just like you, with the reading, I want to be a nuclear engineer.
Really?
So I was planning to do that for the Navy, but you have to go to college. You have to get a degree for that. But when I started it was just math. It's just physics. Like I was under the impression it was going to be science in terms of chemistry and that stuff.
Yeah.
Since that's easier for me. But the math and just physics, just oh my god.
The math wasn't mathing.
The math was not mathing, man. All right. So right now, what is your favorite pastime and why?
You know what? I'm trying to work out. You know what I mean? I think that needs to be one of the things that I'm gonna throw out there. But what I really like to do if I'm passing time, honestly, I really like fashion, man. I like putting things together, man, whether it might be like thrifting or something like that. And then I like to paint too. So me and my daughter, we get our paint on. Say it's raining, we can't go out, we can't do something or whatever, we'll paint. So yeah, I would say painting.
Oh, okay. Is working out now a part of your morning routine or more of like what is your morning routine that you got going on?
Okay, so that's a good question, man, because I'm trying to develop a new routine.
Because I seen your post on Instagram. You trying to get up at 5, down to the gym. Because I used to do that with my buddy. We used to wait. We used to get here at 4:50 in the morning. We would wait for them doors to unlock.
Oh, so they open at 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those days are different.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, man, I think at least 4 days out of the week, I want to be able to go to the gym before I start work. I did it Friday, and, because, what I was doing is I kept on saying I'm going to start Monday, right? And I'm off on Monday. So I'm not going to get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and be at the gym. I might make it to the gym on a Monday, but it's not going to be that early in the morning. So I just, stopped procrastinating and said I'm going to start on a Friday. And I just did that. So really, I wake up. I This is the new routine that I'm trying to do, man.
Okay.
Waking up.
Wakes up.
I think you need to say your prayer, take that time in the morning to thank God for another day. I don't want to get too preachy or whatever it is, but that's real. A lot of us grab our cell phones real quick and check what's going on Instagram and all of that's energy. So I think to start the day, I'm going to stay away from that and I'm going to wake up. I'm going to pray. I'm getting old. I'm getting up there, as you said. So I need to start doing a little stretching in the morning.
Gotta make sure the
bones
are fresh.
Hit that gym. Have a little breakfast and then go to work, man. That's my daily routine. Sometimes, I'm trying to eat in the mornings because sometimes I don't eat until 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. And I act like I'm intermittent fasting, but I'm really not. I'm just don't eat until 1 o'clock sometimes. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's my daily routine, man. After that, I go to work. I have lunch. I keep on working. I get off, smoke a doobie, have a couple Space Dust, and, relax, man. Listen to some music. Maybe watch Griselda or something. Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Oh, what's your thoughts on like the protein shakes as that's like meal replacements? Like, 'cause I know some dudes that will be making like the protein shakes like 4 in the morning, got the blender going.
Yeah.
And that's all. Like they get those those Sternos cups.
Yeah.
They just
the little shaker cup things.
Yeah, they just fill that up like just with protein shakes, and then they'll have like 3 of those a day and eat like one meal with them.
I mean, to me, I think there's a way to use the protein shakes. I wouldn't do it like that. That sounds crazy to me because, like, I understand, especially when you're training hard like that, you're gonna have you want to step up your intake on your meals, and then I think that you're supposed to use as supplements. So, like in between some of those core meals, you need to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then in between there, maybe 2 protein shakes at the most a day. I would do. I don't know if I would be doing 4 and then having 1 meal or whatever like that. Like that sounds nuts to me. So, yeah, I'm no fitness guru or anything, but I'm not doing that.
All right.
Because I like to have my, what I mean? I want a meal, some eggs, some toast, something.
Some steak on there?
Yeah, some steak, a little bacon sometime. Forgive me for the swine, but I have to have a little bacon sometime. You know what I mean? So no 4 or 5 protein shakes a day with 1 meal. That's out. Not for me.
Not for you.
No.
Okay. Next question. What is your biggest inspiration?
Oh, that's a good question. Family. I think family is the biggest inspiration. The reason I say that is because when no one supports you, no one is there for you. There's no one in this world that cares more about you than your family, and especially in my family. Like, that's how I feel about my family. We're there in the bad times, we're there in the good times. No matter what it is, we're there for each other. We want each other to win, and we'll do anything to see one another reach that goal. So when it comes to family, I would say that's my biggest inspiration is family. And, especially as I'm being a father as well and having 2 young daughters, they inspire me to be better, to work hard, to be the person that I know I can be. So, yeah, that's my biggest inspiration, family.
Okay. Now, this is one of the questions that you wrote. So you must have something. Tell us something unique about yourself.
Something unique about myself. I think this is unique. Okay, so I got locks, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, there was certain inspirations for me having locks. Bob is always a big inspiration for most people that have locks, right? But Busta Rhymes for me was another person, and Lauryn Hill as well. And I went through a lot of phases trying to get the locks, and I started my own locks. I'd never been to a shop or anything to do them or nothing like that. So I think that's something unique. I do my own hair. You know, I don't think people know that probably.
What's your thoughts on because this is a hot topic nowadays.
That's out, bro.
So what's your
the extensions?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. What's your thoughts on white girls with locks? Careful now, you don't want to get canceled.
No. First of all, this is your show now. So that question is, I have nothing to do. I didn't write that on that. That wasn't on the paper. Anyway, no, I think locks, just like anything, you know, it's a form of expression. It's I don't think anybody should not be allowed to get locks. To me, the people that wear locks and what they represent is love and unity. So, you know, if you want to have locks, get you some locks. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, let's get the locks, man.
Yeah, I mean, anybody that want to have locks, get the locks. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad. So, yeah, I'm not knocking that at all. Like, you know, I'm about love. I'm pro love, man, and unity. So,
Like
I think the same. I think the same person that may not be African American or whatever it may be that has locks, has done some research and has a certain amount of appreciation for a culture that is not made. Maybe it's not theirs, but they appreciate it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So respect to anybody, you know, and don't just say white girls, white boys, whoever got locks. Shout out to you, man. I love y'all, man. Lock Nation.
Lock Nation.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us, for those who don't know, what you do.
I'm a barber, master barber. Work in a private location inside of the Solar Salons. So it's a one-on-one type of situation. I got my start at Rico's Barbershop. Big shout out to Mr. Washington. And Team Rico's 1 and 2, or 2.0, as we used to call it. Yeah, I love cutting hair. My mom was a beautician when I was growing up. She worked in shops. She worked at home. She did hair shows, all that stuff. So she always had us with it. You know what I mean? My dad was a Marine. You can't bring your kids to work when you're a Marine. A beautician, sometimes you can kind of like push those limits a little bit. So we were with her, and even though she was a mom, she still had a profession. And yeah, we got to see that. And so I loved it. And then when being that my dad was a Marine, we had to go to the barber shop once a week. I didn't get a haircut every week, but I got a haircut almost every other week with my pops. And the culture of the barbershop, just the vibe, the energy and everything that I felt like I was witnessing and feeling like was dope for me, you know? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I dove in. I wish I would have did it sooner, but I'm a barber, man. And I do locks, color, a little bit of everything. And outside of that, I have a clothing line I'm designing. I design clothes. And I'm the host of I was the host of the Hot Seat Podcast. now ran, directed, and hosted by Thundertrix.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Unfortunate. Womp womp, as they say. Describe yourself in 3 words.
Crazy, sexy, cool. No. If I could describe myself, I think I'm funny, man. You know what I mean? That's one thing I have to say, because people say that I'm funny, and then I also feel like when I'm around anybody, we're laughing. So, funny, I would say, is one of those things. Loyal. I have the same friends for 20 plus years. I don't really feel like there's anyone that I hold dear to me that I don't have here if they're alive. You know, I take those relationships very serious. So being loyal and sticking to the plan, you know, and keeping the main thing. The main thing is another thing I would say it is. So loyalty and fashionable, man. You know what I'm saying? I kind of think I'll be kind of, you know what I mean, stepping out kind of fresh sometimes. So, you know, I was best dressed in high school, you know what I mean? And prom king and all that good stuff. And I kind of feel like, you know, hey, you know, they call me Dapper Blood. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that means something to me. You know, I can step out and I be doing my thing. Outside the box. No designer. I don't wear that. Just put it together and make it work. So, yeah. Fashionable.
Word. Okay. Speaking of high school.
Okay.
Tell us about one of your most embarrassing moments.
Most embarrassing moments in high school? Okay.
Or just in general.
Okay. No, but that was a good one, though. Keep me in the high school mode. When I was in high school, okay. So when I was in high school, right, I was on the basketball team. I was dating this cheerleader, right? And we both lived on base, right? And so at this point, I think I was driving. So I was like, skirt, get out of school, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A little ditchy, you know what I'm saying? So me and her tried to ditch school and go to her house. And everything was working out. And then I heard something. And it was her dad.
Oh, no.
And he was a Marine, and man, he marched up there, man, and you know what I mean, snatched me down them stairs, man, and like just stood me in the living room and just started scolding me, man, and I felt real embarrassed about it, man. You know what I mean? Like I got busted, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have to say that was one of my most embarrassing high school moments, because I thought I was doing my thing, you know, but I really wasn't. And he made sure of it, you know. He made quite sure of it.
So how'd you get the name Trees Trims?
Oh yeah. You know what? When I went to when I was growing up and I was in high school, all my friends called me Melly. My name's Melvin, so they called me Melly. That was my nickname. Shout out to Nelly, because you know it wasn't that. It was Melly, but it worked. You know, like Melly Mel. You know, like original hip hop cats. And for all my hip hop heads out there, y'all know who Melly Mel is.
Hey, man,
they called me Melly Mel. You know what I mean? That was my nickname. When I graduated, I went up to Mesa College in San Diego, and that's when I first started growing my dreads, man. And I was smoking, you know, had the trees all the time. And people started calling me Trees, you know what I mean? And it made sense because my last name was Roundtree.
Yeah.
So I was running with it. And then I became a barber. And I remember before I became a barber, like having this ideal of having this mobile service. And this was before like the pandemic and all this stuff. This is a long time ago. And I had this concept that I was going to be this mobile barber without a license. I didn't even think I needed no license. Without a license, right? And it was called Trees Trims. Mm-hmm. So like when I did finally graduate and get my license, and I went from kind of like I was doing other stuff in the streets. that wasn't geared towards my profession now.
Okay.
So I just went with it. Trees, kept the name Trees, and then added trims, and that was like a barber name. Everybody had a barber name. It was like, so many barbers. It was this the barber, whatever the barber, that the barber, and I didn't want to do that.
D the barber.
So, huh?
D the barber.
Hey man, see, I didn't want to do all of that. I didn't bring nobody into this, but that's on you, Jaden. Okay. Now, if D the barber come over here and kick your ass, that's on you, brother, because you brought him into this. But he was good, man. He almost forgot his name that day too, so you had to remind him. It's D the barber, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So Trees Trims, that became the name, and I think it's cool because it represents my family still. It still has the trees in there, and it represents what I'm doing. I don't know if everybody gets that concept when they see Trees Trims, because sometimes when I Google it, it just brings up people actually trimming trees. So but yeah, I'm putting it on the map.
Yeah.
Anyway, next question.
You gotta get the SEO.
Next question.
Okay. What is your end goal?
My end goal?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is my end goal, right? Right now, I'm obviously working inside the solar salons. Eventually, I do want to get in a situation where I own a barber shop. I want to be a mentor, an educator to the next generation of barbers, because eventually I'm not going to want to be behind the chair, or not physically going to even be able to be behind the chair. But I want to pass the craft on and make sure certain traditions continue to live. And outside of that, I want to retire on an island in a little shack where I could cut hair still, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just cutting random people that come to visit the island. And then I'm still doing media because I'm gonna interview the people that come out there, because that's only gonna be the people that I get to meet, because I'm out there in the island by myself somewhere, like not by myself, but like, what I mean, with my,
Yeah.
So yeah, but I just want to live like a real simple lifestyle, man. Like a nice. I'm not gonna live in the shack. I'm gonna have a house now.
Okay.
Don't get that twisted. Let me clear that up. I thought about it. But I want the shack to be down by the beach. They have like the beach bars and all of that different stuff on the island. Very simple style. Low maintenance. Like, you don't need much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to chill down there. And so when people come to visit, and they want to get cleaned up, I'll give them a good island cleanup style,
Yeah, the
and
island
then get
cleanup.
a conversation, and have the conversation be something that maybe I could document, and or tell them my story,
Yeah.
I want to do something like that, man. Somewhere, go have some land, go chill, and grow my own food, and live,
just exist on the beach.
A natural lifestyle, man. No worry, nothing to worry about, like not the regular stresses of the world.
Yeah.
Not about charging up my electric vehicle or nothing like that,
Plugging your
Shout
Tesla
out to
for
those
8 minutes.
EVs though, I need to get one right now while I'm here.
Wait, hold on. The Tesla or the
I like the Cybertruck.
Okay, I have very strong opinions on the Cybertruck.
Okay, well let's talk about them then, because I'm not that educated, but it looks fire.
Okay, because the Cybertruck, the I don't think it's built for regular people to have anyway, because it's bulletproof. It's supposed to be bulletproof.
Okay, so what do you said you don't think it's what now?
But at the same time, I just don't think it look good, because it looks like if I was making a video game and I didn't finish the textures for the cars yet, and I just had like something that looked like a car, Cybertruck. The thing's
I think that's the rustic look of it. Like, if you put that thing, if you put a Cybertruck on in the desert or something, it fits, right?
Like, I mean, like,
What would okay? So let me I take that back.
okay.
So if you give the Cybertruck's whole style something different and say, okay, we're gonna finish it a different way, and it's all colored a certain way or whatever it is, would you take it then?
If we're we're like changing the the
Not
way it
the shape.
looks.
The shape, everything stays the same, but just you can make it whatever color you want it or the finish of it. Because you sound like you don't like the
white.
It doesn't look finished to
Yeah,
you, is
yeah,
what
no,
you said.
yeah, no. The white and gray does not look finished. I think at that point, yes, but we'd have to add like a what's it called? Like the cage goes on the front. Not the full cage, just like the little.
Oh
like
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, those things on the front because then that way you have something to the car. It's not like.
I think the Cybertruck look hard. I think it looks hard. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm mad. I'm mad that you said that. I thought you would have appreciated the Cybertruck.
It just looks like it should be in space or something.
Right. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but then
Futuristic.
yeah, but then it's okay. Yeah, a Cybertruck in LA traffic just look kind of corny.
I did see one on Rancho, California for the first time, and I almost crashed. I was like, "What is that?" Because that was the first time I seen one on the road, but I do think they're dope.
There's one dude. I'm out here in Menifee. That's rocking
with the Cybertruck.
Yeah, rocking
That's probably
the
the guy
Cybertruck.
that I seen.
Yeah, probably because he's the only dude I've seen with the Cybertruck.
Yeah.
And he had that Cybertruck like when they first came out, like before they got recalled.
They just came out.
They just came out.
The Cybertruck.
No. He had the Cybertruck, like I want to say like I seen him with it like 3 years ago. Like
no, this ain't the one I'm talking about, there, fam.
Okay,
you're wilding. You ain't seen the new Cybertrucks?
No, the only one that I seen was that.
You're gonna have to reference this, and are you gonna still edit?
Yeah,
I mean, because you do everything yourself.
Yeah, I'm doing everything, so I gotta edit.
So yeah, just make sure you edit that in so people can know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
21 questions, man. You got another question for me?
Yeah. What is your favorite food?
Ooh, okay. So one of my go-tos, I'm letting everybody know I'm a Ninja Turtle. Okay, I like pizza. I'll eat pizza anytime. There's never a time that I'm turning down pizza. Outside of that, soul food. I do enjoy my soul food. Just some fried chicken, some cornbread, collard greens, yams, mac and cheese. Always works for me. Huge seafood lover too. So I mean, I don't know, man. I like all foods, but if I had to go down with something that I can eat every single day, it might be pizza, man. I know it sounds crazy, but
I don't think it's that crazy because my favorite food is pancakes.
I know.
Pancakes any way, shape, or form.
You taking the pancakes?
Pancakes, bro. IHOP, Denny's, and sometimes the McDonald's hotcakes got slide too.
You know what? That's one thing I have learned about you, though, bro. You are real quick to go with the IHOP, the pancakes. I ain't gonna lie. He'll take some pancakes, so that's funny. He said even the hotcakes from McDonald's. Yeah. Them hotcakes from McDonald's did used to bust. I ain't had one in a while, but I'm pretty sure they still doing their thing. You know?
Yeah, I haven't had one in a while either, so I hope so. I hope they still spreading the joy. Okay, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
Man, that's a good question. I want to go to Egypt. I know that sounds crazy, probably, but I want to take a real tour, like to Egypt. Really Africa in general, but there's so many different areas. But I would definitely want to go to Egypt, man. I want to see the pyramids. I want to ride the camel. I want to, you know what I mean, hit through me with the head wrap on and all that. I want to do all that, right? What else? I think before I die, something that's on my bucket list, I want to learn how to speak Spanish for some reason, you
No
know?
problem.
Um, I just feel like that's one of the languages, being that we're in California, is most needed. um, so learn Spanish, um, go to Egypt, and a lot of different stuff. I gotta learn. I gotta learn how to play some type of dope instrument, man. Like a acoustic guitar or a bass guitar.
What do you think about saxophone?
I always, bro, I wanted to play the saxophone so bad when I was a kid, but I learned right away it wasn't for me. You know what I mean? I wanted to be. I'm telling you, like, what's the white boy name that used to do that play the saxophone? My mom used to love him too. You know what I'm talking about? Oh man, it's gonna come to me in a minute. Everybody, and I know. Yes, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's okay. Anyway, but yeah, I want to be like him. He was cold with it, right?
Uh-huh.
So I was in school. It was a middle school. In middle school, I was in Virginia. And you had to play an instrument, and I tried. You had to try out for the instruments. I think this might have even been in elementary school. So anyway, I tried out for 3 instruments. Everybody had to try 3 different ones,
Okay, okay.
and I was so geeked up to play the saxophone, and yeah, I couldn't make it make a sound. Like nothing. It was just
Yeah.
there was like percussion it is for you, buddy.
Drum.
You're on the drums.
Drumline.
Yeah. So and honestly, you know what? I ended up playing the trumpet. And the trumpet is crazy too, because it's like saxophone got too many buttons, and then the trumpet don't got enough buttons.
We got 3 buttons.
You feel me? Like you
figure
know
it
how
out.
many different combinations you gotta learn how to do
Yeah.
with a trumpet? Yeah, that ain't it. But I did it. You know, but yeah. So
Actually,
I want to learn to play an instrument.
I have a saxophone and a trumpet.
You do?
Mhm.
Can you play them?
I can play the trumpet,
You can, but not the saxophone.
not the saxophone. Actually, my twin knows how to play the saxophone because you have to tongue the reeds a specific way, and I can't figure that
I'm
shit out.
telling you, bro. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to save my life, and I wanted to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it wasn't for me. God knew. God knew. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna give him all of that. He can't play the sax too. You know what I mean? I'm already handsome, you know.
Saxophone and a fedora.
I'm already handsome. The fedora lean back. And I'm gonna have shades on when I play. All the time. I'm gonna be like her, but I'm gonna be him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that.
Okay, okay. Who would be your 3 guests at your dinner table?
3 guests at my dinner table? Like what? Just any guest or what?
Yeah, we can do any guest. Who like anybody past, present, or future.
I'm going with people that I would that's not alive. I'm gonna say that. I need Bob Marley to be at my dinner party.
Okay.
Why? Because you know what? I feel like Bob is gonna pull up and he gonna have his guitar and he gonna create this natural mystic blowing through the air, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think Bob would be cool because I want to know why, because Bob was on a mission to create unity. And he had he had so much power that they wanted to see him dead. You know what I mean? So I really want to know and have a conversation with somebody that's that powerful. Nipsey Hussle, he got to come to the dinner. I want to really talk to him too because he's super smart and educated, and just one of those people. And then who else? Bob, Nipsey, and Tupac.
Tupac. Okay.
I know that sounds crazy because all of them are musicians, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think between all three of them people right there, they could tell me anything. Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, any teachings or anything like that. I can have that conversation and learn that stuff from them too. You know what I mean? And they can translate it different. So, no, but those would be the people I want to sit down with. You know, Bob would be cool. Nipsey would be cool. And I think, what was my last one?
Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac was dope. Just because I want to know, I really want to know what happened to Tupac. He could just tell me. You know what I mean?
Would he tell you though?
Yeah. Okay. Why wouldn't he?
I mean,
I'm giving you your last supper. Like you was already, you didn't have to come to my dinner party. So yeah, you got to tell me what happened, Pac. I need to know.
Okay.
If Suge Knight can have his own show from prison, Tupac can tell me what happened that night. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. What was your first job?
Oh, my first job, and I'm going to tell you, man, I kind of finessed it too. All right. My first job was a paper route.
Okay.
I was young. And I didn't mind working, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to work. So I used to hang out with these two kids, and they was brothers. I can't remember their names. It was in Virginia, though. So I was probably like 12, 13. They had this paper route. And I would go with them on sometimes just because we was hanging out, we was friends. They running around doing it. I'm running around doing it with them. I'm just not getting paid.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm learning it. I'm learning everything. Like, especially on the day they got paid for some reason. That'd be the day that they really like, oh, we're going around getting the money, right? So I'm like, okay, this is fire. They getting paid. Like, we kids.
Yeah.
So he goes out of town or something like that. And he was like, can you check over my paper route for whatever time he's gonna be gone or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it over. So I'm doing the paper route. I already know the whole route or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? And then on Friday or whenever, when it's time to meet the people to get the money or whatever, I'm like already telling them like, yeah, I'm finna take the job over. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm giving them extra customer service. You know what I mean? I'm coming in hot, right?
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize though on the Sundays though, so on any other day, you think it's like you. In my mind, I grew up. I'm an '80s baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I grew up. I seen a kid. He had this little sack hanging off of him, and he ride with his bike. He just throwing the papers. It looked real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it kind of felt like that at first until the Sunday came, because the ads and all that is in the Sunday paper. So now you got these huge. Like you got to go pick these papers up. Mm-hmm. And be ready for this, you know what I'm saying? And on Sundays, you know, in my family, we go to church on Sundays, you know what I mean? So I had to get up super early. Shout out to my pops too, because he used to have to, because I couldn't carry all these newspapers in this bag on my bike. So we had to use his car. So he had to get up with me, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, my dad always, he supported the hustle because I was trying to get it.
Yeah.
Instead of him giving it to me or whatever it was at that age, I was already trying to like, oh, I'm trying to make my own money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get the stuff, buy the little stuff that I want, you know? So he supported it on the Sundays. And the kid ended up coming back, you know what I mean? We ended up splitting the route, you know? But yeah, that was my first job.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. While you're telling that, I was thinking of because when I was young, I started selling lemonade. I was selling lemonade for $2. Those prices jacked up.
You were selling lemonade for $2?
$2. Not.
Where was you selling it at though?
I was selling it right in my front house.
Right in front of the house?
Yeah, one day my mom got pissed off at me because
was you and your brother doing this?
The first time, yes, but the second time I was doing it, what I got in trouble for was because.
Which I had that country time?
No. So it was like my mom wanted to be like around when we were selling stuff to people, and one day I just pulled up, started sell that shit, and I sold I sold like 20 drinks that day.
Oh, so you was getting off.
Yeah.
You had $40.
Yeah, and then she came back home and was like, "What the and just like she's like, nah, pack it up, whatever. And then she was like, "Oh, well, let me hold that for you." All right,
Kind of like that
shit,
birthday money. Remember that birthday money? People give you money on your birthday. I'll hold that for you. Like, what?
Like, okay.
You basically paid for you just reimbursed her for that party venue she paid for that day. Yeah,
For sure.
everybody like, yeah, $40 here, $60 this. When you leave, you thought you had $280. I got $280. Remember you used to brag about it? I got $230 in my pocket.
Yeah, when you come back, you got 60.
Mom's like, I need all of that. I remember those days.
Okay. What is your favorite drink?
What kind of drink you mean? What you mean? Like alcohol?
That's up to you, man. You can actually let's do.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all the drinks that I like. Okay.
Okay.
Number one is agua, H2O. It's water. That's the best drink ever. We all need it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the store and I'm gonna grab a drink, it's probably a vitamin water, which is crazy. I like vitamin waters. Yeah, I don't know what the name of it is. It's the berry. It's the little red kind of looking one.
Yeah, I know something.
Yeah, that one. Power C. It's called Power C. That one. I get that. Soda. My favorite soda. I'm kind of go to like with the kind of like Cactus Coolers or Squirts. You know what I'm saying? Sprite will do. Sprite will do.
Cactus Cooler is underrated.
It's super underrated. We need to big up to the Cactus Cooler. Whoever made that, you're a genius. Beer, Space Dust. Made by Elysian, the official sponsor of the Hot Seat Podcast.
Space Dust.
You should really work on that, man.
I sure.
Because don't you want to get your podcast sponsorship, right?
Yeah, well,
Space Dust would be cool.
Well, yeah, but one of the things is like, since like there's so much admin work that goes into like the promotions and all that stuff, I would just promote, better products.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Like Ace of Spades or something like that.
Yeah, something like just Jack Daniels or.
Oh, Jack Daniels.
Yeah, something a little more high up there. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, Jack Daniels. Okay, all right, because Jack Daniels is up there. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
A little more.
Yeah, and then if I'm going for an alcoholic beverage, I'm going with I'm putting y'all on right now, man. You get the Casamigos Reposado, just a shot. And you get you an orange and you just sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon. You take the shot, you eat the orange. Delicioso.
Okay.
Magnifique. Some like it, some don't. Some will, some won't.
Okay. Last question. Okay.
Oh, this is the last question?
The last question.
Okay. All right, I made it.
What is a fun fact about you?
Y'all want to know a fun fact about me? This one's going to blow your mind. I don't even know if I should say it.
Say it. It's too late.
I have never voted in my life.
Yikes.
Not even for Obama. So whatever happens in politics, I can't really speak on it because I don't even vote. And I think going forward in education, it should be a little bit better taught or focused upon in school to even help you understand the whole process of voting and how it works, because I didn't learn any of that. And that's a number one reason that kind of shied me away from it. And then for two, I started to learn that really when it comes to the president, that's something you shouldn't really be worried about. Like, your vote's not really going to be counting there. But what counts is getting down into the states and the governors and all that stuff. Educate yourself on that. Focus on that when you're voting, if you're going to vote. But I just never voted in my life.
So I don't know what it was like when you were in school, but for me, they do, like, in 8th grade, you get taught the whole process of where your voting is really important, because like the president's more of like a lot of people will blame presidents for like certain things that's happening, but it's kind of like the president's kind of like the face, like
Yeah,
the president is like the brand ambassador of America, basically. It's more on to like the judicial branches and the legislative branches, actually. But actually in high school, it was like you had to, for my government class, you had to vote. It was like either, like if you're 18, you had to vote.
I didn't know government class.
Oh, dude, like it's a
history,
requirement.
Math, science,
No,
economics, all that stuff, but they didn't tell us nothing about voting.
yeah, the government.
And if they
class
did,
was,
I don't know how I passed. Cause I don't know.
Yeah. For high school, the government class was like you couldn't graduate without taking that class.
So I took micro and macroeconomics.
Oh, okay.
I didn't take nothing about no government. There was no government school classes in our school. I'm from Oceanside High School, class 2000. If you remember anything like this, let me know. But yeah, no, I just don't really feel like, and I'm not going to blame that on the reason that I'm not educated on it, but there's a lot of things, just the education, right, that we were taught. A lot of the stuff is not the stuff that really matters when it comes to what we're doing in real life stuff. You know what I mean? Like, people need to know how to do their taxes. People need to know how to, if you want to vote, how that looks. Mm-hmm. A lot of people is going in there, and this is the thing that people is doing. They're going in there, they're checking a whole bunch of stuff, and they getting a sticker, and they coming out talking about, I voted, you know what I mean? And they posting it on Instagram. That's what they doing.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. I don't go and vote. I never voted.
Okay.
So that's what was that supposed to be, the fun fact?
Yeah, that's your fun fact.
Oh yeah. And my last name is Roundtree. That's a native name. I don't really know what it ties to. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, but you know, my name is Roundtree. Native American last name. I think that's very different. I'm not a Jackson or a Johnson or a Brown or whatever you guys want to say. I'm a Roundtree. And I think that's pretty cool, you know. Cameras is already rolling?
Uh-huh.
Oh. My bad. I got a couple of these more.
Yeah, I'm just let you, finish out, let you finish chewing, feel on the mic. Yeah.
Cheese Ritz. You like the cheese ones?
The Ritz crackers with the cheese.
The cheese.
Honestly,
or the peanut butter. Which one for you? I'm the cheese one.
The cheese is good, but I normally take the.
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
I normally take off. I normally take off one half of it.
Oh, okay.
And I'll do the half with the cheese for the spread, and the half just by itself.
Oreo. It ain't Oreos, nigga.
Yeah, like it.
How you gonna wrap up the show, man? Come on, man.
Deconstruct.
You got a quarter today. What you got?
Okay, first
some shout outs.
First thing I shout out our latest subscribers. Okay. Now we only see your subscriptions if you have it turned on to public. Mm-hmm. So we did have we had 30 new subscribers in the last month.
Yep.
But only 2 people had them public.
Okay.
It was the first one was Psychic Gaming.
Psychic Gaming. Big shout out to you.
Shout out.
And I mean, if you're a gamer, then that means you got friends that you be gaming with. You could tell them to subscribe as well, and we would greatly appreciate it. He would as the host of the show.
Matter of fact, Psychic, if you're watching right now, why don't you leave a comment? Say something. Just say something, man.
Just say anything.
The next person was somehow, some way, Trevor and Woodruff.
Wait, you mean Trevor Woodruff that's been on the show twice?
Twice.
Wow.
He's known about us for 2 years, though.
You come on the show and you're not subscribed to the channel.
Hey man, I don't.
Is this a trending issue for us? Because I'm noticing people will come on here because they want to promote their business.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we cut and edit and start promoting the show, they don't want to promote that. Or how many times do we interview somebody and then when they leave, we automatically see them, oh, now they're following the Hot Seat Podcast. Step your game up, people. We're trying to support you in this community. We really are. But don't not support us. We need that. I mean, he needs that. This is his show.
I need that.
I'm just here so I don't get fined. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just not a good find. Anyway.
So big shout out to Trevor Woodruff since he's finally following the page, right?
Yeah, big shout out. Big shout out. Oh. But credit where it's due, because Trevor's been supporting.
Oh yeah, but Trevor does numbers though. That's why we letting him slide. Well, we got 17K on it. We got what?
I think it's 797.
We got 1,700 or on the last one. So we almost had 1,800 views on the last one.
And
the first one he did what?
It's 1,300
for the first one.
I believe so.
No, I think it was higher than that, my brother.
The last time I checked,
I thought it was 2.5. I thought it was 2.5. Am I pushing it?
Maybe.
I think it was better.
I'm gonna show it on the screen. It's gonna be the before the first one right here, and the second one right here.
All right. Boom. I think we should take one of those polls right now. So if you guys like Jaden, aka Thunder Tricks, running the Hot Seat Podcast page,
don't get your feelings hurt, Trey.
More than me. Vote
down below.
And I got a second option for you too. And for everybody that would like to see more of Jaden on the Hot Seat Podcast, not behind the camera, but in front of the camera, I need you to vote for that too. So the first one is, who's a better host? Jaden, aka Thunder Tricks, or me, Trees Trims. And the second one is, do you want to see more of Jaden on the Hot Seat Podcast? Not in the back of the camera, but in front of the camera. Pause. That shit just sounds kind of crazy. Pardon the left, like Carmelo said, and all that good stuff. Honestly, I'm going to be real. I think you did an amazing job today.
Yeah, I think I'm doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take this page to new heights,
Yeah, and
also, shout out for you for stepping down, Let us happen.
We really didn't we didn't discuss everything about the stepping down thing. Like, so when you say step down, it's like, you mean like I can't host no more at all? I'm done?
So remember when you were saying that you can't get into the page?
Yeah, earlier, because I couldn't get in the page. I was wondering about that, and I asked you. So that's a...
Yeah. Anyway, why don't you give them your ats, because, it's probably be, where can they find you now?
Where can they find you now? So, because I was going to say at thehotseat.co.
Yeah.
But I'm not I can't. I have my access. My access has been denied. So
Yeah. Like it's in the works. You know, we'll figure something out.
you can always follow me at Trees Trims. Trees_trims. I think it is on Instagram.
I think so.
You know, I'm on Facebook too.
I think on Facebook it's
Not very active on there, but most of you guys is following my dad on accident, honestly. But it's okay. Yeah, just follow my Instagram. I don't have Snapchat or Twitter or anything like that. So
you gotta shout out your phone number. Who was that trying to shout?
oh yeah, he tried to give you Mike Jones ass. He said 211-824. He said, he said, back then they didn't want me. Now they all on me. 224-333. What? I was like, whoa, your wife is gonna kill you. That's not what we signed up for this. This is not OnlyFans, nigga. Relax.
Oh no. It's not OnlyFans no more. The new thing is Fansly. Fansly is the new thing.
Really?
Yeah, and like.
And how do you know, young man?
Because so you know, since I'm younger, you know, I'm more into like the YouTube internet sphere. You know, the last Creator Clash, which was a boxing event for YouTubers, Fansly was a promoter, and you know, since you can't promote content like that openly, you know, a lot of people got in trouble for that.
So it's like something that an old nigga like me might not never know nothing about. Huh?
Yeah, and outside, you know, okay. Yeah, like it's a whole different world out there. You know, you don't have to look at magazines no more.
The magazines is out?
Yeah, magazines are out.
I still got a few. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, people get stuck in their old ways, you know.
Say they work. They just say they work just fine.
Okay.
This shit's over, man. Nah, this is cool though. This is fucking dope. I mean, like, man, I love your space. You hosted me well. We got the pizza. We had fucking, you know, like drinks, fridge. Like, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Well, there's a door right there.
All right. You think I can get?
No. Yeah, you can take your chips, but you know what? You know, so that's the end of the podcast. You know, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, because we're out here supporting small business owners, entrepreneurs. We used to support Master Brothers. You know, now anybody doing anything positive in our community. So if you haven't already, down below, fill out that poll. We're going to do the poll in the comments, actually, on the YouTube. So on YouTube, put a 1 if you are right in thinking that I'm the better host, or 2 if you want to have Tree come back. But thank you guys for watching the Hot Seat Podcast, where we have the hottest guests and hottest topics, and we're changing things up a little bit. You know, pretty soon here we're gonna start having a whole different myriad of guests. Yes, Thunder Chicks signing off. Yeet.